It's live.
You an innovative way to invest your extra money that has a low barrier to entry and low competition? What if I told you that there's a guaranteed method to get up to 18 to 20% return on your investment? Tax lien and deed purchasing is the only way to get into the real estate market through the back door. No credit and no loans needed. This method isn't commonly taught, and therefore the competition is very low, for now. Put together a 14-hour info-packed course which will teach you everything you need to know to get started.
Blessings, blessings. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Primetime Home Buyers. You're here with Lady Lashley, and you're here on the Secure Your Energy page. Where every Wednesday, let me get it together because I'm being my pro producer as well. Shout out to my camera guy. Where every Wednesday, we are live at the Fulton County Library located on Hamilton Road, okay? I want to send a shout out to the Fulton County Library District for allowing us to have our weekly seminars here every day, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Okay, so if you don't know what we do is host economic development seminars every week here for you, okay? Well, our plan is to give you actionable information that you can actually use and make moves to better your economic situation through business building and through property acquisition. How are we gonna do that? By learning, by teaching, by writing, by setting up a good business plan. So our goal after these last couple of weeks basically is for you to have a strong bonded business plan by having the key elements in there that will lead you down the road of possibly getting a loan. That's our goal, a loan and property. We at least want to set you up so when you go out there, you'll already be having your things together, okay? So last week, if you don't remember, what we talked about is how to basically go through analyzing the market analyzation. And that was very important because if you have a business plan, that is the beginning elements of figuring out how you're going to get your business started. What's your arena? Who you can help? Who's your audience? Who you're going to market to? How you're going to get your things marketed out? You know, also how you're going to look at the competition. Find out who your competition, analyze what they're doing, compare and contrast. This is all involved in your market analyzation that we talked about last week. Thank you to the guys who watched the video. I hope you guys had actionable items that you wrote down, that you created within your business plan when it comes to market analyzation, okay? So this week, what we're doing is moving forward, and we're going into moving beyond the ideas, okay? Architecting success with the business organization and management techniques. So we're gonna be talking about the importance of entrepreneur. I'm gonna start with the importance of entrepreneurship, okay? Fostering community engagement and empowerment. Building stronger, more resilient society, and that's through entrepreneurship. Hold on one second, let me make sure I got the right one, guys. Hold up. I had the wrong one. Bear with me, guys. We're gonna be, I do apologize. Okay, fostering community engagement. Give me 1 second. I thought I had the right one up, but it was two different ones. Okay, that's the one we want to do. We're doing fostering engagement through entrepreneurship. Please excuse me, because I had them kind of similar topic. But this one is fostering economic growth. The importance of promoting entrepreneurship and small business development. So we're going to start with that PowerPoint, and then we're going to go into our lecture, guys. So get your pen and papers together. This is for the grown, okay? And we're going to go into beyond the idea, architecting success with business organization management, okay? So let's get to it. You may not be able to see the PowerPoint, but I want you guys to be able to follow. Do me a favor, camera, you can pull the camera up just a little bit. All right, good. All right, let's start. Thank you. Slideshow, let's start from the beginning. Blessings. blessings. Thank you for everyone who's joining in the audience. Remember, pens and paper, actionable items. That's what we're doing. Once I put it in that mode, it did something.
Let me know how it look over there.
Huh?
Let me know how it look over there.
Huh?
I said, let me know how it look over there.
It looked pretty good. Excuse me, guys. Something happened. Something happened with the PowerPoint. When I had it on slideshow mode, it didn't show up like it usually do. Oh, let's see something. Could you see it? Nope. Something happened. Can you see it now?
No.
There we go. We're gonna have to do it in this mode, guys. Please bear with me. I don't know what happened, but what we're gonna do is zoom it up, zoom it in. You can see it now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I do apologize, guys. We're just gonna be able to do it from this particular mode. Okay, so thank you for being with us. Now, what we're gonna be talking about in this particular PowerPoint is fostering economic growth, the importance of promoting entrepreneurship and small business development. So some of the things we're gonna be talking about is job creation, being innovative, competition, what it is, social mobility, and reliance, okay? That's what we're gonna start with. And then we're gonna go into the meat and bread and butter, okay? Now, job creation. Let's zoom this out just a little bit. Something happened, y'all. Now, the benefits of entrepreneurship and small business development. Job creation. We want to know a little bit about job creation. This is interchangeable depending on where you're at in your particular state. Job creation. Small businesses are the largest source of job creation in most economies. Okay, you are important. According to the U.S. Small Business Administration, small business have generated 66% of all the net new jobs since 1970. By fostering an environment that supports entrepreneurship and small business development, governments can help create new opportunities for employment and reduce unemployment rates. So since we know we having some issue creating jobs, or our government creating jobs, this should be one of the things in your back of your mind when you're creating your business plan, that my business is going to create jobs. And that was some of the things that we talked about last week when we talked about accountability, delegation of powers, who's going to be responsible for what in your business. Maybe not today, but maybe in the future, you're going to think about those things as you continue to make your amazing business plan that's going to sell your business and get you an amazing loan. So you want to think about these things. What is your position in creating job creation within your business plan? How can you do that? Innovative. It's about being innovative. Entrepreneurs and small business owners are often at the forefront of innovation, developing new products, services, technologies that drive economy growth and improve our quality of life. Encouraging entrepreneurs can lead to creation of a whole new industry. As we talked about last week when we talked about CMOS, who knew? When we have commercial businesses saying, do you want the moss? And that was something that was sent in the Black community during the time of COVID. I didn't know about CMOS, and I am from the brown melanated community, but I'm Caribbean. So I just wanted to throw that out. Shout out to the Black community, because you guys have created another innovative market to help build immunity. So that's an example of being innovative as well. Encouraging entrepreneurs encouraging entrepreneurship in our community can lead to creating a whole new industry, as we talked about, as well as improving existing ones, and that's what we want to do. And that's what you want to think about when you're coming up with your marketing plan, when you're coming up with your business plan. How can my product that I'm creating can help improve coexisting fields? It's not always about making a product that you want, you like. It's about adding to the collective, okay, guys? That's why we're doing this economic development seminars, because we want to equip you to learn how to be leaders in your community. Because, can I say, how to disseminate the consolidated powers that we're dealing with right now, okay? Competition, as we talk about the innovative consolidated powers. You are competition, we all got competition. So competition, a strong small business sector promotes competition, which can lead to better products, lower price, improved customer services. We have a lot of businesses or industries that's monopolized. You guys can come up with platforms, we have our platforms that's monopolized already. You can come up with platforms, come up with ideas for industries. For instance, to an industry that is monopolized right now, which is the taxi industry, transportation. We only have Uber and Lyft. I don't know what county you're from or where you're from, but let me know if you have other name brands that actually do transportation. Like General Cab Services is like out of businesses almost because of these particular two, big mainstream transportation companies. But we have to be innovative. You can bring transportation services within your community, expand on what we have, okay? By supporting the growth and development of small businesses, governments can help ensure markets remain competitive and dynamic. So this is the importance. Don't think we only have to deal with Uber and Lyft. If you're part of transportation, you want to start a bus company, you can start a bus company. We need that. It don't always have to be government focused. Promoting entrepreneurship. Be creative. We have so many industries that we actually need to create in the Black community. And you say create? Yes, because when you look at a lot of these industries, we don't have a foot in any of them. I'm going to give you an example. I'm looking at a table right now. I'm looking at a camera stand right now. Can you name one Black-owned business that actually makes tables from scratch? Who sells, like camera stands, these type of things, manufacture them. We have a long way to go, okay, guys? We have a long way to go. We got to think deep down in the trenches. We have a lot to do, though. So that's why I said start with a product and expand. Don't think that you're just going to stop with your soap bar. You need a manufacturing company. You need a company that maybe make the fragrance for your soap bar. All of this stuff can expand. Be expansive. These are the things that you want to think about in your business plan. It has to be realistic, but it has to be creative as well. Have a plan for 4 to 5 years. The benefits of entrepreneurship and small business development, as we know, it brings up the social mobility. What am I saying? Entrepreneurs, we're trying to give you power. Entrepreneurs and small business owners provide opportunities for individuals to improve their social and economic standing, regardless of their background, circumstances. This in turn contributes to more equitable and inclusive society. Money talks. And how are you going to get that? By being innovative, by bringing new products or new services into your community and becoming a leader. This is the foundations of this economic development seminar. We want to create leaders. We need to break the consolidations of our markets up. It also, promoting entrepreneurship, what we do here creates resilience, okay? Even though we got it in the Black community and the middle income community, if you're not Black, we got resilience. We know how to make it happen. Resilience. Small business tend to be more adaptable and resilient than larger corporations because of the flexibility, making them better equipped to weather economic downturns and disturbances. A diverse and vibrant small business sector can help economic recovery more quickly from crisis and maintaining long-term stability. That's the reason why we're talking about this, because we see something going on in our economy, coming down from a federal level and even the state level, and it seems to be out of our hands, people. So we're trying to come up with a backup plan. That's why we're here. So if you create an industry within your business sector that is viable, you can help stabilize long-term stability in your state, in your neighborhood, in your community. This is why it's so important for you guys to start businesses now, but they have to be, well thought out businesses. because we're in a rare situation right now. We're in a serious situation, guys. We're in a serious situation. Thank you, Marshmallow, for being here, and Chance Cantu, who's in the audience in Cyber World. Thank you so much. Guys, if you want to attend live, we are here every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Fulton County Library on Campbellton Road, Campbellton Avenue. I do apologize. You can sign up on Eventbrite. Let us know you're coming. Now, moving on. Supporting entrepreneurs and small business development. Government policies, programs. We're going to get into that a little bit. Support from organizations and individual actions. What does that mean? Okay. Government policy and program. We're trying to put the power back into our hands. The power is consolidated. Money talks, BS walks. It's on. It is what it is at this point. But also the power is in the people. And once you bring people together collectively who have a brain, then you also have another power structure. So government policies and programs, how do we penetrate that? Government policies and programs. Governments can play a crucial role in promoting entrepreneurship and small business development through implementing policies, programs that support these activities. This can include access to capital, education and training, regulatory reform, infrastructure investment. These are the things that we want to push within our government sector on a local level. You go to your county meetings, board meetings to see what they have going on. Go to the meetings where they're talking about distributing government grants for small business, so you can see how you access them. Also, you talk to your government and local officials of how to structurize these programs so you can actually access them. So you don't always have to be a business owner to get in on a government policy program sector, but we're kind of throwing that out there because this is what you want to think about. These are the things in the back of your mind when you're creating your business plan. How do I create a real credible business so when I present myself to these government entities, not just to get money or grants, but to also promote policies, growth, things for growth for our community. Okay, so some of the things that you want to keep in mind when they're structuring these particular policies and programs, if you have the capacity or the time to talk to them, is access to capital. Providing access to finances for startups and small business, such as through microfinance programs, grants, and low interest loans. Talk to your elected officials. These are the things that they're promoting? Or do they have that available? And these are the things also you have to look for as a business owner outside of just your particular area. Go out, go into the college communities and see, because as I mentioned, you guys, at least here, we know that the Small Business Administration does a lot of college-bound programs in Atlanta and Georgia, so you can go to local colleges and they may have a small business administration office that you can actually talk to someone to help you, to give you resources. So, again, be diverse, open your mind. Remember, there's a lot of different ways that you can do access to capital. We're going to go into that next week of the innovative ways. But then again, we want our government policies and programs to help enhance education and training programs. Yes, we pay a lot of taxes. What are they doing? How are they training us? Don't just host things in our area, then we have to come pay for these vendors when you're getting all these tax dollars. Yes. Be the powerhouse in your community. Promote entrepreneurship in your community, guys. Okay? This goes far and beyond just a piece of paper. You got to get up and get out. So we want to push for regulatory reform. What does that mean? You as a business owner, you as a community owner, a community member, taxpayer, you want to pay attention to what regulatory policies is being pushed in your area. The ones that's going to help promote your education, your kids' education, your business, and everything. Streamlining regulations and reducing red tape to make it easier for entrepreneurs and small business owners to navigate legal and administrative aspects of starting and operating business. These are the things you want to keep in your back of your mind when you're at these community business meetings or government meetings, as we say, board meetings. Get there. Guys, if you watch my other platform, I have learned so much about the importance of attending board meetings. They may be bored, They may be bored. Ha ha ha. Y'all got that? Board meetings may not be fun, but with that being said, they are actually just spending your money. So you want to know where your money is going, and when they feel or believe that the people are not paying attention, your money goes everywhere. So we want business owners and the community members, go out to your board meeting, go to your local, get involved in your local government. Or if you are not the person that wants to get totally involved in your local government, like how I stepped in, is create your own business, your own platform where you're actually helping to run parallel programs to what the government is not doing. You know, you don't always have to go to them and, beg them for stuff. When you create your own, just like for instance, when the Black Panthers, which was young Black people in college, 2019, when they created the food program, guess where that food program went to? Guess where it went? Guess what happened? They took that and made that a breakfast program for local low-income communities, and it was basically started all across the United States. Do you see what I'm trying? Start at your own, and maybe they'll mimic it. But with that being said, the next thing we want to pay attention to is infrastructure investment, and that's one of the things we want to get you to in the next couple of weeks, talking about infrastructure investment within your community and for your business, and innovative ways to do that. And that's through alternative tax liens, tax deeds, investment, foreclosure, all of that. Y'all know I love it. You know I love it. This is a place for you, okay? But we want to focus on infrastructure. What are the needs in your community? Can your business actually help with infrastructure? Invest in infrastructure such as high-speed internet and transportation systems that can help small business access new markets and resources. These are the things that you want to talk to your, like I said, board of trustee members in your area. If they're not making it, you can do it. You can do it. Start small. It takes a body of people to come together to get something done. That's it. Okay? So these are some of the things that we want to focus on as far as when we're engaging with the government when it comes to policy and programs, as well as some of the things from the opposite side of what you can do. What you can do to build adjacent programs in your particular area that's needed, or services. Okay? We want to distribute the consolidated power back into your hand, and it starts right here. It starts with knowledge. It starts with moving forward and taking actionable items and doing it one step at a time. One step at a time. Thank you for being here today. Okay? Support from organizations, very important. We have to support each other. It's not always for the glitz and glamour. Right now, we're streaming live off my phone. And I think this is what the people are looking for. Using all the fancy pants and hot things. I don't think people are really into that at this point, because we're all just trying to make it and showing that we're just regular people. We need to support organizations, support each other. Small support actually helps. Right here, all we asking is for a like, and that's it. That helps. Push this in the algorithm, get other people to listen to this, get people to come down here and participate and get the network going. The small things count. Support from various organizations, include nonprofit, chambers of commerce. Go to them. Figure out if you have chambers of commerce in your area. If not, small business administration, job promotion organizations, industrial association, whatever industry you're in, get into the association, and don't look at them as just competition. Look at them as ways that you can learn and share information. This is how you help dominate the industry you're in, or help diversify the industry. And I say dominate because I have met particular individuals that were in industry, and they got together once a year, all competitive businesses, and they talked about the innovativeness in their particular industry, what was going on, how much equipment costs, where you can get it from. And they were sharing ideas, but they all still had a plan to do well, and everybody come back the next year, who will be the top business owner in that particular industry. Support from organizations. Competition is not always bad. We have to learn the importance of friendly competition. It's okay. And just because of competition doesn't mean we're enemies. It means that we can build. That's how the Black Wall Street built. You know, I heard stories where there were two hotels right across from each other, and the big guy came after the little guy and built hotels with 100 more rooms. And you think the little guy got mad? No, because he brought a whole new set of value to the particular area. He said, hey, well, if the big guy is renting his rooms for this amount, I'm going to up my price. Now I have more money coming in, and my budget is increasing, and that little guy was able to make a bigger hotel, another type of business. Don't always look at competition like it's bad. We can monetize off of each other without it having to be predatory. Does that make sense? We have to support each other, okay? Now, support from organizations, network opportunity. Again, this is an opportunity here. We're watching. You can come down here. We meet people. We get to know people, see where you're at, see how you can help. You know, I have went to networking events where I have met realty people who I was able to put on my website to say, hey, some of my students need realtors. You know, I know we're tackling these foreclosures, but we have a realtor in the particular. We could give you money to go look at properties, because my students are all over the place. So we have to support each other with networking opportunities, connecting entrepreneurs and small business owners with potential partners, customers, and mentorships. You guys can actually have small business events yourself, partner up with local libraries, local places that will help sponsor you to bring people together. Business development services, offering services such as marketing assistance, accounting, legal advice, access to affordable office space, support from organizations. This is what you can do. Like, for instance, like I said, if I just had a business because I invest in real estate and I'm doing something else, hey, I can open my doors to you, and you can have a pop-up shop every week. You can have seminars every week, you know, and as people come in, then we go on a barter system. Maybe I get a certain amount that people pay. We don't always have to say, yeah, it's $500 for this room. Okay, let's see how many people attend your seminar. Maybe I can get 5% of your proceeds until you actually get people in. We have to work together. Everyone is striving. It just really kills me when people be like, now it's $1 million and that's what it is, when we're all struggling. Okay? We have to support each other. Another very important thing, like what I'm doing right now, advocating. Advocacy. Advocating for policies, regulations, ways of behavior, new status norms. I'm advocating. That support entrepreneurship and small business development at a local, regional, and national level. Advocate. Speak your piece. Okay, guys? We need your voice. They're trying to shut us up. It's not happening. We're not letting them consolidate the power anymore. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button if you're here. Thank you for the people who are in the audience that came out live. I appreciate you. Individual actions, actionable items. This is where we're going to kind of get to our last PowerPoint, and then we're going to get into the lecture. Y'all said, what? The lecture? Yes, we're going to get into the lecture. We ain't there yet. We almost there. We 30 minutes into the broadcast. Thank you for being here with us. Shout out to Primetime Home Buyers, the promoter and supporter of this particular lives that we do in seminars, as well as shout out to Lawson ATL, brand out here in Atlanta that's doing their thing, dressing people up with customized clothing, and also being an amazing camera person. Shout out to you. Let's go. Individual actions. Individual actions can also contribute to promotion of entrepreneurship and small business. Support local business. Choose to shop at local business. It's a choice. Like I said, you ain't gotta use Uber. Help somebody. Maybe it's somebody else that do it. We want people to be credible. We want them to set their business up right, but come on. Ice is not always cold on the other side. So instead of large corporations can help strengthen the local economy, and create jobs, support small businesses. Mentoring, coaching, that's what we do. That's what you should do, even in your business. You don't have to sell all of your knowledge, okay? Sometimes you can give people all of the knowledge in the world and they still ain't gonna do nothing with it. So I don't understand why people always, what they call that, when they guardian information and being gatekeepers. Stop it. Share some of the information. Do mentoring and coaching. Maybe you can have your next executive director by just going to the local college and talking to someone, and getting to know a student who may want to help you in your industry, involve. Go to the local college, mentor. Offering mentorship and coaching to aspiring entrepreneurs can help them develop the skills and confidence needed to start and grow successful business. Okay? Yes, your business counts. You're very important. You in a mechanic business. Yeah, that's you. Open a mechanic business. You open a mechanic business. And you like, hey, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to promote teaching our local teens how to change tires, how to change an alternator. We're gonna do it on the weekend, and we just ask for a $5 donation. You could be part of the organization, and that right there starts not only community mentorship as well as possible workers for your business, possible clients for your business. You know we innovative over here, baby. Give back, give back. It starts with you, with the small things, okay? Investing in startups. Investing in startups and small business, either directly or through crowdfunding platforms, can help provide the capital needed for some business to thrive. So if you know someone who's a struggling entrepreneur and they actually have a good idea and you've seen them, they're making some money, support them. I'm not just telling you go put your money in anything, because we went through that already. Shout out to all of the scam artists and things like that. We ain't gonna name no names, but what I will say is just do your due diligence, just like we taught you last week. Go do a market analysis on these people. See the potential of what their product can actually do. Their drive, their business plan, their idea. As you get your amazing business plan together, it's not only for conventional bank services. You want to show your family and friends. Maybe you can do a crowdfunding. Does that make sense? So these were a lot of things to brainstorm on for the first half an hour of this particular seminar, but now we're going to get you some actionable items, okay? So get your pen and paper together. We're getting into part 2 of our broadcast. I hope the first part was enlightening for you and got your thinking caps on, okay? Let's go. Now let's move on. We're going to go into, let's talk about it. All right. Beyond ideas, let's go. Architecting success with business organization management. So not only do we want to do the market analysis process or analyzing like we did last week, we gave you a lot of key elements to focus in on. We're going to go under the legal action to give you some resources as well. But now we're going to go into business organization, because when you create your business plan, they want to see how you're going to organize it. What is your actual plan? Do you have an actionable plan? Do you have people that may want to support you? Or is it a possibility that people are going to support you? So every great business starts with an idea, a spark of innovation, a solution to a problem, a passionate project. But an idea, no matter how brilliant, remains just that until it transforms by 2 pillars. And these 2 pillars are organization and management. These aren't just fancy corporate terms, okay, guys? They are the fundamental blueprints and the operational engine to turning a big vision into a tangible, successful business. If you are an aspiring entrepreneur, a small business owner looking to scale, or simply someone interested in building a resilient enterprise, understanding these is non-negotiable. Let's get to it. Business organization, the blueprint for structure, okay? What is crucial? That's the first thing we're going to get into. What is crucial? Then we're going to get into key elements to consider when organizing your business. So I need you to get this in your phones, text it to yourself, get a pen and paper, because this is part of your business plan, right here. Once I give you these actionable titles, you can text it to yourself, put it on your email, and save it to when you're ready to structureize your whole business plan, okay? Now, let's get into it. Why is this crucial? Why is it crucial? What is it? What is business organization blueprint structure? Business organization is The process of arranging and structurizing your resources, tasks, technology. People, tasks, technology, resources. These are the things that you're thinking about in your business plan. Where's your resources you have? Who are the people that you can deal with? What tasks need to be accomplished to get to one point to another, and who will do it? What technologies is needed to get you through? What can make it more easier for you? You know, you want to be innovative with that to achieve your particular goals. It is about designing a system that allows your business to function effectively and efficiently, okay? So we're thinking about this now. If, like I said, I do online seminars, I don't have to be here in person. I can do everything online and find a way to market. You know, that's easy peasy, but it's different realms to getting out, to meeting people. Would it be better just to stay online, or would it be able to come in person and actually meet somebody, skin to skin? You know, giving vibrations. This is what you want to consider with your business. Is it okay for you to do pop-up shops, or are you just gonna do online sales? What platform is good for you, okay? This is crucial. So you want to know your goals. It's about designing a system, again, that is functional, effective for you. Why is this crucial? Because one, clarity of roles and responsibilities is something that you need for your business to be successful. No one in your particular business should be saying, that's not my job. Critical tasks that falls through the cracks, or critical things that you're supposed to do for your business, can be the lifeline. Okay, so that's why it's crucial to have a business organization structural plan. It enhances efficiency, streamlining process and clear communication channels, reduce waste effort, and improve productivity. You want to start this now, thinking about it. Improving decision makings. With a clear structure, information flows to the right people, enabling faster and more informed decisions. This helps in scalability. Again, this is what you're gonna be, these are concepts you're putting into your business plan because you want to scale. Your business plan should be showing scalability to the lender. A well-organized, structured plan or organization can adopt and grow without consistent chaos. That's what we wanna avoid. Making it easy for onboarding new employees, expanding operation, new ideas, implementing new technology, and just moving forward. It helps in scalability. That's why you want to have a business organization structure, management structure. We all start our stuff probably like a one-man band, but in your head, you want to think about who you will hire, what type of people you want around you, what type of personalities as well. Yes, we're picking personalities. And I want people who will question me, but I want people who have a good heart. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't want just man, but I want people who are good people at heart. Okay? Now, lastly, accountability. This is crucial. Accountability. Okay? When roles are defined, it's easy to track performance and hold individuals and teams responsible for their outcomes. Accountability. We talked about that last week. We have to measure accountability correctly. That's the only way we're going to be successful. We can't get caught in the glim and light and all of this, and then there's no accountability. And then we end up losing money, don't move anywhere, we're looking stupid, it's just a whole bunch of chaos. And that is even, accountability starts at home. Because what we did not do in this particular seminar series was start from scratch, where we talked about generational wealth and accountability about it within the home. That's what we usually do. It starts there, but we added that. If you didn't see those videos, go down in the playlist. So let's get to key elements to consider when organizing your business. Pen and paper. This is like I'm your professor. Get the paper, okay? Define your vision. Write this down. Define your vision and goals right now. What are you trying to achieve? Your structure must support these objectives. The structure has to support your vision. If you want to scale, the structure of your business has to support your vision. Define your vision and goals, and then the structure falls under that. 2, identify key functions. Break down your business into essential activities. Where do I go get this product? Where do I do this part? Where do I do this part? Okay? Example, where I'm going to sell, where I'm going to market, How am I actually putting my product together? How am I financing it? Customer service, how we're gonna do that is gonna be on automated. Y'all like, how we do that with one person? Get on that email and start getting your website. Is a lot of like apps that you can use that give you assistance, like automatic response to customers, giving you more time to respond, things like that. Think about it now. When you're looking at your website, these are the things that you need to think about. What website hosts actually allow me to do this easily? Like I use Wix. Wix, I can send out email campaigns. I already set up automatic emails that go out when you purchase certain things. These are the things you want to do with your customer service potential. But you want to start now, okay? So identify key functions. How will it start now and how it is going to scale up? Group activity and creating department and teams. Starting now. It could be you have another part. I have a small marketing department where I have a contractor that I got through Eventbrite. I do apologize, through Fiverr. And that person does my email. One person does the IG posts. Again, group activities, create departments. That's small, but you don't think that that's your department. That's your business. Like for instance, you like my son, he makes clothes. Again, I always use him as an example. He has a distribution department or at least a entity that does that for him. And sometimes he has to look and say, well, is this distribution company good? Because are they getting my shirts and my clothes out on time? How is it effective for me to get the clothes? How does it work? So does that make sense? That's why we have group activity, creating departments, knowing what they are for, even if it's just you. That's a small department. And you have subcontractors that actually work for you, okay? So pick the right ones, the best one is gonna get the job done. All right, so also, defining roles and responsibility, again, this falls under it. If you're your own boss, you got all the roles until you get some contractors. For each position, clearly outline due expectation, outcomes, and necessity. Yes, you have to do that. Me, the same thing. I'm not a marketer. I'm here I just love to teach. I love real estate, but I have to market. So I have a little paper that's on a clipboard that says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is the type of marketing that needs to be done. I'm gonna put these videos out on my calendar, on whatever I market, and that's how it is. That is the role of a marketer that I had to do and put out rules and responsibility for myself, and that's the same thing you have to do. Does that make sense? Start now. Get structured. Be disciplined, okay? Establish reporting lines, okay, hierarchy, you know how that is, keep that in mind. Developing communication channels, keep that in mind. You can always as well use get ready to have a team. Who are you gonna use? Zoom? Who are you gonna use? Streamlabs to have your meetings? How is it gonna go? What's the easiest way, the cheapest way? Think about it now. Okay? Because you're building a team and you're going to scale up. You're going to scale up. All right, so now, we're still moving. Business management, engaging in action. Let's move part. Why is this important? If an organization if the organization have a blueprint management that is dynamic, engaging, and that brings life to your product, that is the art and science of coordinating and overseeing resources of an organization to achieve an objective. So engaging for action. What is that? Business management involves planning, organization, leading, controlling the efforts of organization members, and using all other organizational resources to achieve stated organization goals. What's your goal? All of that was a mouthful to say, what is your goal? And everybody who works with you should be on the same page. Should they be cult members to your idea and don't ask no questions, all types of stuff? I don't think that's a good idea. But they should be aligned with the vision, at least. Okay? Now, what is crucial? You want to have strategic decision making, resource optimization, yes. Motivation and leadership, motivating yourself, knowing you're a leader, adaptability, problem solving, and performance management. Okay? This is why having an engaging in an actionable business management plan is very important. Okay? So it gives you a strategic direction when you have a business plan. And everything is not written in stone, it's flexible. Management sets the overall course and structure of the business, stays on track towards the long-term goal. If you started now, everything's kind of slow. This is why we're doing this in the beginning stage, where we're making our marketing plan. So you want to have a strategic direction, resource optimization. I'm getting tongue-tied. This is very important. This is in the development stage. What resources can you optimize on? You have to think about it. Managers ensure that people have money, time, technology to use that's effective. You need to make sure that you have money, time, technology to use that's effective for your business structure. Motivate yourself every day. If you gotta come to these videos, come to these videos and motivate yourself, hit the like button, motivate yourself. Listen to motivational songs, music, talk in the morning, get up, listen to the scripture. You're gonna need something as a business owner because it's not gonna be easy. There is a psychological aspect to this. Guys, you gotta be strong because you can work for 40, 50 days and don't make a penny. But you had to do something every day to make your next profit. Okay? It ain't easy. They made entrepreneurship look like the kid in the candy store. But it's okay, because once you do it and you structurize yourself in a good way, you're going to move forward effectively. All right, motivation, adapting, problem-solving skills, staying in tune with what's going on in society, being adaptable is very important. Business operating in this dynamic environment is very important. Effective management helps identify your challenges, solve problems, and adapt to changes. You're the manager. You want to solve problems. You want to adapt to what's going on, and you want to continue create stability in your upward mobility of your business. Now, what's very important, we're going to always say, now these what I talked about are not actionable items. The last few things I talked about is just concepts. Actionable items is going to be coming up, okay? Performance management, always go back and analyze. Dad, could I did this better? Did this work out? Okay, you can be your worst critic, or you know what I'm saying, your best friend. But either way, you want to be real with yourself. Love yourself and tell yourself the truth. Don't beat yourself up for mistakes. You learn from it, move forward, and try to do better. Performance management is very important, okay? You want to manage the tasks and the progress of those tasks, evaluate the outcomes, and make necessary adjustments to improve the performance of your business and yourself and your family as well. You can apply this all across the board, y'all. So now let's get into some actionable items. We're coming to the next 15 minutes of our broadcast. Let's get it. Key functions I want you guys to keep in mind, and these are actionable items. Planning, setting goals, developing strategies and outlines that steps needed to achieve them. So you planning. How am I going to get from point A to point B in my particular business? How am I going to scale up from selling 25 to selling 50? What can I really do? A real plan, okay? I know planning is like not something that you write on anything and say, okay, yeah, but your plan, yeah, you gotta say, what's my plan? My plan is to grow my da-da-da. Organization, allocating resources, delegating tasks, coordinating activities, executing plan. These are actionable items because you want to delegate activities. You want to allocate your resources correctly. You want to make sure that you're always evaluating how you're spending your money. Lending is something important, okay? This is crucial for business management. Lending and leading. You want to lend a helping hand and you want to lead with love, okay? Motivate, that's what you thought. I talk about money. No, lending a hand and leading with love. Motivating employees, fostering teamwork, communicating effectively, and guiding individuals toward shared objective. This is how you build a family with your business. This is how you get people to really be into it. When people are really into your project and what it is, it soars. It soars. Okay? And that's when you have people around you who are assets, not liabilities. You remember we talked about that. Be choosy. Also, key function of management, you want to keep control. You want to keep emotional control, you want to keep a visionary control of what's going on, but it doesn't mean you're going to control every single aspect of your business because everything can go just in one day. But you want a mind where, okay, I can get things under control by, one, monitoring performance against established standards, okay, identifying deviations, what's going on here, why is my thing not working right, why is my product not working, why am I not selling, what's going on, okay, controlling your environment and looking into those things. This involves setting matrix, conducting reviews, and providing feedback. These are actionable things that you can ask somebody to see a business plan. How are you gonna get feedback from your product, from services? That's part of some of the things that you wanna consider when you're coming up with your business plan, okay? We're gonna finish off with the last concept is synergy. The synergy. You're gonna create the energy behind your business. You're gonna create the stability or the chaos behind your business by structurizing a good business plan and following through, understanding, organizing the structure. You already did your market analyzation. You kind of see what you could, can't do, what's going on, your competition. Now you're talking about the structure of your business, who's gonna be involved in it, what do I need to get my products out, all of that stuff. Now, we gotta talk about the synergy, where structure meets strategy, okay? Organization and management are not separate entities. Organization and management is not separate, okay? They are deeply intertwined and mutual reinforced. A brilliant management team will struggle within a poorly organized structure. You can be a good manager, but if the structure messed up, you ain't gonna get nothing done, because it's chaos. Consistent fighting against inefficiency and confusion. That's what's gonna happen. That's why structure is, you have the best management, you could be the best person, the best people person, best talk, best look, but if you have no structure, something's gonna happen. You have to have some type of structure, okay? A perfectly organized structure will remain stagnant without effective management to drive its force, adopt changes, inspire people. You have to be a good manager, good person. Think of ways organizations provide a clear roadmap, and you want to do that for your business, for your service, for getting out your stuff, a clear roadmap, no chaos. Provide the skills that deliver. You have the leadership, you have this within you. Okay, guys, everything we're talking about, you have it within you. You just gotta get structured, you gotta do it. All right, the synergy consists of the fuel, the resources as well, the maintenance, the control, navigation, how you react to things. That's the synergy, all of that. And that is included in how you're structurizing your marketing plan, because you're gonna think of how, okay, if this doesn't go right, because that's part of it. Your SWOT analysis. We're gonna get into SWOT analysis, okay? When you get into your SWOT analysis, you gotta go back and see, okay, what are some of the things that I could improve on? What things are actually working? Now, you always go back to your SWOT to change it and fix it. We know about the SWOT, y'all, okay? We should be far beyond that. If you need us to review that, you let us know, okay? So the synergy is part of that. Getting started, practical steps for your business. Again, we're gonna start to conclude. Start simple. Stay flexible. Don't over-engineer your whole business. Don't make it so complicated at first. Begin basic with the organizational chart. It's you. Clearly define the roles, what you're going to do, and how it's going to get done, and then you can delegate it to someone. Market correctly yourself, and then you can delegate your work, and then talk to a market expert, and they can fix it. Does that make sense? Be flexible. As your business grows, you can refine and add complexity to it. Document. As a nurse, I love that. You say something, I'm like, okay? Document everything. Write down job descriptions. Write down the process you want. Policies. That's part of your business plan. Now, this is something you need to write down. It's on your test, which is something that's supposed to be in your business plan. What policies and procedures you're going to follow? What is your organization heartbeat? What is the objective? Does that make sense? Communicate. Ensure everybody understands the structure, the role within it, and the overall goal. Delegate effectively. Delegate to the people that you know can do it. Delegate to someone who you know is going to get the job done. Managers must learn to trust their team and empower them with responsibility. This free up management time and high-level tasks. Very important. Okay, I'll be having to do better with that. Being a nurse, a travel nurse, it traumatized me with delegation, because you tell the tech to do something, it ain't done. I was like, bump, I'll do it myself. I could read somebody like, oh, they ain't gonna do it. It's gonna be a night by myself. Okay, guys, so don't be traumatized like me and don't wanna delegate, because you know, ran into a whole bunch of lazies. Okay, guys, still have faith. Now, fostering a culture of accountability again. That's what you do. After you delegate accountability, encourage ownership of the task and outcome at all levels. And that's one thing I like. I would delegate to someone, but then I wouldn't make them accountable and say, hey, I'm gonna come back at this time and check. And that's one thing you have to do. That's where I fell a little bit in nursing, because I was like, bump these people. I ain't about to talk to this tech more than once. They already got an attitude. Maybe because I was a travel nurse. You know, people who worked at the position in the place, they weren't trying to get what I was saying. But we just gonna get off of that topic. We're almost coming to an end. We're like 10 minutes left on the broadcast. Thank you for being here. I hope I got your synopsis gaps going and you're thinking about organization and structure of your business. And these actionable items that I gave you today that I said it's gonna be on the test, that's something you should be writing down or texting to yourself in the email so you can add that to your business plan. Okay? So foster accountability is where we left off. And lastly, regularly review and adapt. It's not always that's just the way it is, or I'm gonna stick to this way and that's the only way. That is not a formula for growth. Your organization and management practices aren't set in stone. Periodically assess what's working and what's not. And be willing to make changes or you're gonna be stuck. Guys, you're gonna be stuck. So in conclusion, creating a robust business involves more than just a great idea and hard work. It requires initially designing and intentionally continuing to enhance the aspects of your business plan, of the structure. By thoughtfully constructing your business organization, delegating practices, effectively management yourself and tasks that needs to be done, you lie the foundations for sustainability and growth within your business. Operational excellence depends on you. And ultimately, the success lies on you having a structurized plan. So, take a step back from your daily grind, y'all. Think about how organized is your business? How effective are you managing your resources? The answer to these questions will reveal your path forward for your business, okay? So with that being said, I think I said a mouthful. I appreciate you guys being here. I hope I was able to foster economic growth through innovative thinking, great ideas, actionable items that you can take to put on your business plan. Again, we will be here next week at 2 p.m. Please look at the bottom for information related to signing contact the Fulton County Public Library and ask to sign up there online. We will say this: continue to like, subscribe, and be part of the Secure Your Energy family, where we're helping you learn how to secure your energy. We will also say we're going to send love and blessings to our Levi Production family as well as Lawson ATL. Once we leave here, we do the Atlanta food giveaway. So check out our sister channel where we're going to be giving out meals today for up to 30 homeless individuals in Atlanta. We're grateful to be here with your support and with your time and attention. We can make it anywhere. With that being said, have a great afternoon.